Alright guys, welcome back to the channel today. Hope everybody's doing well. I've been getting some questions about how good does the CT climb hills. So I'm on the back side of the property today, and this is the steepest hill I've got. It's pretty steep. It taxes my 500 four-wheeler to get up at ATV, Polaris ATV. So let's take the CT up through there and see how it does. There's some really steep parts at the very end. Now the one thing that you face with a GoPro is to be able to get the camera to show the steepness. It's almost impossible. Like, I've seen people wreck on hills and it looks flatter downhill. When they wreck, they slide back. So we'll just have to trust me that it's pretty uphill. Like, I've got the camera way up above me right now even, so it's down in here is flat. The creek's right here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but this just starts straight uphill. So stock gearing, everything's pretty much stock except the tires and the exhaust. Now the tires are gonna hurt it just a little bit on power because they're taller than factory, so that gears it up. So let's ride up through there and see how it does, and I'll let the camera roll while we're going up through there. Appreciate you riding along, guys. All right guys, we're at the bottom. Let's head up there. We're gonna stay in first. Now like I said, I know it doesn't look steep, but that's pretty steep right there. This is the steepest part, so let's give it some throttle. We got some roots right here we got to watch out for. They'll really get you if you're not careful. Momentum's your friend here. This part right here is almost straight up. So no problem there. And then now we're kind of flat again. We got a little terrace to go over right here. So let's get up over that. Piece of cake. And like I said, I know you can't tell that it's pretty straight up. Now right here's semi steep, not bad. This is flat here. And then we're starting back up, and let's do this. Let's stop here, and you can tell how steep it is because it's sliding back a little bit. And it's a little slick under there, but we're in first gear, and a lot of people say, well, I have trouble starting off on hills with it, with stock gearing. And as I said before, it's a good idea to put a 13-tooth sprocket on the front of this bike if you're going to do all this all the time. But if you're going to ride around town on the street and stuff, the 14-tooth is great. It's not revved up so much. This is stock gearing, a little bit taller tires, as I said before. Let's see if we can take off on this hill without too much trouble. Yeah, no problem at all. First gear, this is no big deal. Now this is going to get steep right here. Let's see if we can get it in second. Oh yeah, no problem at all. And then now we're flattening back out a little bit. So that's the steepest hill that I have on the property. I'm not gonna say it's the steepest hill you could ever climb because it's not, but it's a pretty good test for what I have here to show, because I have a 500cc Polaris ATV, like I said before, and it taxes it a little bit in height to get up through there. So definitely don't let anybody tell you this machine can't climb. Now, Ange and the guys over at Some Guy Rides, go check out their channel, Johnny Powell's channel. I'll link them below, but those guys had some problems fully loaded with gear out west. But you got to think, they were 10,000 feet plus above sea level, and that's going to cut the horsepower way down because the air's thinner. Just like you climbing it on foot, it's going to take you a lot longer to get to the top because of the air's so thin. So the engine is basically an air pump. It's going to work the same way. But go check those guys out and see what happened to them out west. And I believe, now I haven't tested this, but I believe if they would have had a 13-tooth sprocket with them and stuck that on there before those passes, they would have went right up it. So I've got one in the toolbox with me. You can see how steep this is going down, maybe, right, especially right here. This is the steepest part. This is like straight down right here almost. It's pretty much sliding. Now right here is not as bad, but it gets bad right here going down to the creek. I'm not sure what that elevation change is, but oh man, those roots can get you. Now I think I've climbed a little bit steeper banks over at Cody's and stuff, but this is a pretty good example of what the little CT can do. Alright guys, I know I've done some pretty radical riding on this bike before, and you guys have watched the other videos. It pretty much has proven itself off-road for sure, and some of the terrain we've had it in so far, I mean, like way worse than what I have on my property, but maybe not necessarily hill climbs. I haven't been on any super crazy steep hill climbs, so I just want to do this little quick video so you guys could kind of see, you know, I know it's proven itself before, but that kind of gives you a little different angle, and you know, a video that's geared towards can it climb. And pretty much the answer is yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it can go straight up like a bulldozer or anything, but if you get speed, you can just about climb anything, I think. In first gears, you know, a lot of people are put out because it doesn't have the dual range trans, but a 13 tooth in the front would be even lower than what we have right now, and you're not going to really need to have it any lower than that. I mean, you can pretty much right now, I'm going 5 miles an hour in the woods, you know, and you've got plenty of umph to go, so it's definitely, in my book, you know, it's not a YZ 250 that'll just shred the back tire up a hill, you know. Of course it's not what it is, but it definitely does its thing, serves its purpose, you know. And I've got a little bit of gear in the back, not a ton, you know. I got enough stuff back there to support the bike for a flat, so you got a couple tire irons and a couple of heavy tubes, and you know, just the tools that you need out on the trail. So it's definitely a little bit of weight on it. I'm 65, 170 pounds, depending on the amount of cheeseburgers that week, like I say before. But anyway guys, I really appreciate you guys riding along today. This is going to pretty much do it for this video. Go back and check out mine and Cody's MABDR videos if you haven't. We're not on the CT125, we took the DR350, but I'm telling you, you don't want to miss those. We had an epic journey through Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland. We did half of it. We got caught in a snowstorm. We met some awesome people, and all that's recorded on video. So make sure you go back and check those out. They're some of my most recent videos, and I'm kind of partial to them because we just met some really good people out there. So go check that out. Smash that like button if you like what you see here. Come back right along with us again. Think about subbing to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's really awesome to do this and have a good time and give you guys some content. If you can't be out riding and you want to sit around and watch us, that's what we're here for. So come back guys, appreciate it.